All right, we back at it again. Down here with Uncle Yaya, and if y'all don't know who Yaya is, you really ain't shit to me then. But down here, nevertheless, down here I planted a food plot down here about 3 weeks ago, and what we have is what we call no-till throw and grow. I don't make no money off of this. I'm just telling you, after 20 years, this is the easiest stuff that you could possibly grow, and it literally grows everywhere. If you look back on my Real Hunting, Real Fishing Part 6, I believe, I planted a food plot on a driveway that we had. Unfortunately, we ended up losing that this year, man, and they were the prettiest food plots that I've planted in years and years. But due to circumstances and situation, somebody bought the property beside it, and it's kind of in dispute over who owns what and whatnot. So we just go back to the old home place. Down at my buddy's. This is I think this was part 4. It's what I call my back corner. I planted some of this about 3 weeks ago on this road bed here, and it just it's got rocks all in it. It's just real hard. It's just real hard to grow anything to grow. So what I did is if you'll walk down here, what I did is I just came in here with a garden rake, and you see all the rocks and all, but I just came in with a garden rake and I just scraped it. That's all I did. I just scraped it and I threw this stuff down, and it's growing. It's growing as good as you could ask for. If you look right here, we've got little, you got clover coming up, you got ryegrass coming up, and we planted these radishes, and it's growing. And you can actually tell where deer have been eating it. And I took a trail camera and I put it right here on this pine tree right here. And I've got like 1,500 pictures, and I got a SIM card reader that we hooked up to Uncle Johnny's phone. And we sat out here for about 15 minutes just looking at deer after deer after deer. Got, from what I can see, 2 or 3 nice bucks on there that you can actually see. The antlers aren't growing out all the way yet, but you can tell they're coming out, and they're in velvet. But man, got 2 real nice bucks coming up on there. So what we did, this was kind of a trial and error, because I knew what happened over on the driveway. I knew that this was gonna work. So what me and Uncle Johnny did is we looked at the pictures and we figured out where these bucks are moving through, where the does are coming through, and we picked the trail. And what we did is we came in, and this is there are 3 main trails that come out on the road. So we picked the 3 best ones, and we came in and I started just clearing out. This is what they call a micro plot. It's not big, it's just the deer already moving through here, so we just want to keep them in here. We always plant about 250, 300 yards on the power line. We always plant oats and clover. So we know that the deer are moving through here, and plus with the camera, we know they're in here. So what we did is we kind of made like a horseshoe in here, and I cleared out just to get to the soil. You don't have to till, you don't have to do nothing, but take a rake and just clear this stuff out. So we kind of made just kind of a U in here. And we came in, and Uncle Johnny, he's taught me how to do everything pretty much in life. I was gonna go back a little deeper in the woods, but he said, look up, and it's obvious that you see, you have sunlight right here, and the moisture is still wet. Now this is Monday, and we're supposed to get rain Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 80% chance, and then South Carolina, you get those come on up thunderstorms out of nowhere. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna spread throw and grow. I got enough for a 1/4 acre, but you can't ever go wrong. I got enough for a 1/4 acre, and I'll literally put all of it right in this one area. Well, most of it, and then I'll broadcast over the rest of it where it's already growing down there. And then here shortly, we're gonna move on down on the power line and do the same thing there, and I'll have another video for you. But also, I've got a deer feeder, and what most people do, hold tight, I'm gonna run and get this. You can go, I went to Home Depot this morning and got 3-inch PVC pipe. I bought a 10-foot 3-inch PVC pipe, and I cut it in 3 pieces, 3 foot and 3 inches. You get, you know, 10 feet, three cuts. Bought a top, and I bought a 90-degree angle. Most people buy the what's it called, Johnny? When it comes up, the
45s or the
they put the 45
trap.
to where it comes up like this, and they literally feed down inside of it. I do it different. What I do is I'm gonna dig a hole beside this tree right here. And on a gravity feeder, you need to have something to stop it from feeding, to keep it coming out, or so it doesn't continuously just, it's gotta stop so it can fill up. So what I do, instead of putting a blocker here, I dig a hole in the ground, and what I do is, when it's legal, take deer cocaine. Like right now, it's beginning of June, so I know I can put deer cane in there because I'm about 120 days away from hunting season. And then in the August into September, right before bow season, I'll come in here and I'll dump salt on the inside of the hole and fill it up with corn. So when they dig through the corn, then they start feeding into the salt. And within 2 or 3 years, me and Johnny had on some older property that a hole about this big around turned into about a 4-foot hole. I could literally stand in it, and it came up to my hips. So that's just an idea for everybody out there. I spent $30 today on the feeders. Man, they last forever. They last for freaking ever. And $32 ain't a whole lot to ask. Fill them up once a month. Like I say, I'm gonna dig a hole right beside it. I'm gonna put it on there, and as it feeds, I'm gonna put deer cane in the hole, and then I'm gonna put the corn, and as it fills up, it'll start filling all the way up into here. And then once a month, just come fill it up. You got your food plot, you got your feeder. They're already on the food plot right here, and you're already on main trails. So it's just a gimme. These micro plots, they're meant for keeping the deer here. You got a cornfield behind us, you got oats on the power line, and you got clover in a food plot not 75 yards in the woods that way. So it's just as they're feeding and browsing, they're just gonna munch through here. You got oak trees, so they're gonna be feeding on the acorns, and you got a creek at the bottom of the hill. Perfect scenario.